Issue here is whether you agree or disagree with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. There is no disagreeing with the fact that he is having an impact on this presidential race. He is scoring about 14–15% of the vote among Democrats now. Now, many good people will say, well, that's because he's a Kennedy and the name is sort of selling itself. Whether he's an entree point to, still others entering the fray here. We shall see. But this idea that, an emerging alternative candidate can't gain traction, like a Robert F. Kennedy Jr., is just being felt at the same time. And in the same week, we see Joe Manchin toying with a possible third-party run of his own for the White House, a fellow who's been there and done that. Joins me right now, Bob Barr, the Liberty Guard Chairman, the former House manager during the Clinton impeachment trial, former Georgia congressman, and himself a one-time Libertarian nominee, I believe back in 2008. Always a pleasure to see you, Bob. Thanks for coming.
Always a pleasure to be with you and your many viewers, Neil. Thank you.
No, I appreciate that. And they love you, Bob. Help me with this. The appeal of Bobby Kennedy to some Republicans and the fear to some Democrats. It's being played out on live TV at this panel discussion today. What do you think of that?
I don't think it's so much any mystique of the Kennedy name that is driving the public's interest in a third-party candidate, because most of the voters who seem to have a predisposition or an interest in a third-party candidate are far too young to even know who Robert F. Kennedy Sr. was. So I think that RFK Jr. is appealing to people these days, not just Republicans, not just Democrats, but dissatisfied voters who look at the lay of our land with the very closed political system we have that basically limits the vast majority of voters to, two bad choices, and they're concluding, well, maybe there is something else here. Now, I don't think that either Joe Manchin or Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is going to emerge as president, but I do think the climate is ripe for a legitimate third-party candidate or candidates to at least make some inroads over the long haul.
Bob, it's been said that a lot of people, when they see a third-party candidate, including you years back, they'd vote for it. But then they hear, oh, it's a wasted vote. Bob's a great guy, but he doesn't have a chance. And all the third-party candidates we've had prior and since. And I'm wondering about that, because when I see polls that show 43% of Americans are open to a third-party candidate or an alternative candidate, that's not just a margin for error. That's a winnable percentage right there. But it never materializes to that degree. Why not?
It doesn't, because when push comes to shove, as those voters who indicate early on in an election year or the previous year that they are open to a third party or an independent candidate, as things get closer, they rethink that and they come to that conclusion. Well, my vote's going to be wasted. The only third-party candidate in recent years who had an impact was Ross Perot, right, because he had the three ingredients for a third-party candidacy: money, opportunity, and perseverance. Or not opportunity, but organization. Right now, there is no third party out there that has money, organization, and a long, persevering view. If, in fact, either RFK Jr. or Joe Manchin were to move in that direction and gain some traction, with money, organization, and perseverance, that is looking beyond simply this upcoming election, it may have a positive impact to open up our closed political system.
Yeah, because the difference would be this time, let's say it's a no labels candidate, and they've already secured a presence, they're told, on all 50 state ballots. An attractive enough candidate in that environment would do it. And you mentioned Ross Perot. Had he not quit the race very early on in the race, before he did so, he was leading President Bush Sr. and Bill Clinton, and even after that, every entering, and it looked kind of crazy, he got 19% of the vote. Didn't get any electoral votes, but he did get 19% of the vote. So they can disrupt the system, can't they?
Well, they can do that, but had the Reform Party, which Ross Perot started when he first ran, had they persevered beyond the next election cycle, he sort of lost interest then and pulled his money. They could have had a real impact moving forward, the Reform Party, but they just gave up too soon.
That's well said. That's well said and right. And Bobby, making me feel old. Only you and I can remember Bobby Kennedy Sr. It's a sad commentary on our times, right? Well, good seeing you, my friend. Thank you very much.